So this is the place where you start working with your insured. If you are brand new, it will be blank for you just like this. If you already started working with the system, you will see some records here. And as I've mentioned, we have two methods on how you can create different insureds. One of them is manual. You can click this button in the upper right hand corner or right in the middle. Or you can use our Appulate Uplink tool, which is located here. This is the third option in the list. And then click this download uplink driver tool to install it on your computer. And this is something that will help you to bridge information from your Accord form to Appulate. So let's take a look the way it works. I will go back to my main landing page and will open my Accord form. So this is the way it looks. And this is the form for workers' compensation. So I'm going just print it. You can do the same way using your any like regular printer, and instead of your reader, excuse me, and instead of the regular printer, you can select Appulate Uplink in this list, and then just simply click print. So once it is here, the system asks your credentials. We're good here. We just click send, and the system takes you to a separate browser tab. Now you can see that workers' compensation, this is my business line. It was identified automatically. So let's just click continue and then select Appulate and then send everything over to our Appulate account. So now you can see the information in the upper left-hand corner. This is the information about the insured itself. Then we have WC for workers' compensation and effective and expiration dates. Let's quickly change them. So like this. And now I want to check my insured information. I click in the upper left-hand corner here, and then I get redirected to the profile page. So this is my insured profile page. I have everything already filled in. This is what we bridged together through my Accord form. I can manage this data but by clicking this edit button. So it's okay for me. I can add some details if it's needed. And to the right of it, we have quotes and policies. This is the current quote for workers' compensation. If you want to have another one that will be associated with the same client, you can do it manually by clicking this request new quote, or you can upload it through Appulate Uplink the same way we've just tried it together. So yeah, let's go to the quote request itself. I think the next step, one of the most important when you bridge the data to the system, is the page where you can check if all data was bridged accurately. And this is the tab that is called Insured. So you click here, and this is the questionnaire with some data filled in. This is what you had within your Accord form. You can see that some fields already completed, and you can manage this data, you can work on it, you can edit it, but what is great, we have this Ask Insured button, something that will save you some time because you send all information to your insured to fill in. So for example, we are entering information about the recipient here. Let's do it together very quickly. And when it is completed, you move on to the place where you need to specify questions. So by default, the system include all sections that we have in questionnaire, but you can deselect the sections and select only the questions that you need to send to the client. For example, I want to send detailed description. So I click here, and then I generate an email to my client with the link attached. It is here. And then my client will be redirected to the page. Let me show you very quickly. We have this preview button. this page will look this way. So as you can see, we have body part included, we have information about the agent, and the question itself is also here. So when you enter it, complete information about this question, the system automatically saves it to your Appulate account. So the only thing you need to do is just open your Appulate and check if this data is accurate. So that's something that you can use to save you some time and make your life easier. When this page is completed, you're ready to move on to the quote request. You just click this quote request tab. This is the place where you start working with markets. And in order to add market here, you just need to click this Find Markets button, and then you get this pop-up with a list of markets that you can select. First section is My Markets. It's a list of your favorite markets. And then below we have other markets that are available for you in the system. I'm going to use one during my demo today here. And once you edit this market, you may notice that it also has a icon, Clover icon with the lightning bolt. This is because we have different styles of submissions, and this is where we also take a look on here. Under the Help button, you can find the page that is called Submission Matrix. So within this page, we have the information about all markets that we have in the system, plus types of business lines they work with, plus types of submissions that they can provide you with. So in the left column, you can see the list of markets. And the line above, these are different business lines, packages, abbreviations. And you can see that some markets are marked with different icons, and these icons are also above. So let's stop here. If you see the market is marked with the orange Clover icon, Open Brokerage, these are our partners. These markets do not require a direct appointment with them if you only want to get a quote. However, if you want to bind with them, you still need a direct appointment. So Appulate doesn't help you with the direct appointments, but we help to streamline your submissions. And if you see the market that is marked with another Clover icon but with green color, we call it Appulate style of submissions. So Appulate style of submission means that this market is also our partner, and they use Appulate as their own system. And if you see the market is marked not with only green Clover but with the lightning bolt, this is what we call instant style of submission. You get immediate result upon your quote request right in the system, whether it is approved or declined. You will see everything immediately in your Appulate account. And another style of submission will be marked with the globe icon here. This is what we call web link style of submission, when Appulate redirects you to the carrier's website and helps you to fill in a different level of data when you are on a carrier's website. And speaking about different levels of data, some markets can accept login information with this carrier. Some markets will accept general information. Some markets will breach all accord form details. And we also have WebLink Comprehensive. This is when markets accept not only accord form details, but also market default questions. So this is something that is available for our premium customers. So if you think that this is a match, let us know and we will be happy to connect you with our representatives. This is regarding submission metrics. When you're working with this page, you can also make your life easier by filtering it to personal lines or commercial lines only, and the list will look a little bit different. This is regarding our different styles of submissions, but let's move on back to the request for quote itself. So when you are here and you are ready to start, you just click this Start Quote button, and then you get redirected to the market-specific questionnaire page. So And in the section above, you can see some sections are marked with different red numbers. These are required questions. We can just limit them by clicking this show required questions only. And within the questionnaire, they are marked with red asterisks. So let's complete this information together to take a little look the way it works. Prior loss history and last section here. And when everything is completed, you will now see any red asterisks or red numbers above, meaning that you are ready to request your quote. So let's do that by clicking this request quote button. And now the system takes a few seconds to send our result to the carrier's portal, to the carrier servers. And when everything is ready, voila, that's our final result. You can see the status has just changed to quote prepared, and we have our quote right under the market's name. We can click on it and then load the quote to our computer. Let's do it very quickly to check the way the quote looks. Okay. So this quote looks this way, but of course it may vary depending on a carrier you are submitting to. And when you're ready to share this information with your insured, you can use the button in the right side of your screen, or you can go to the compare quotes. Amazing feature if you want to provide your client with several quotes at once. Let's imagine that we have not only one quote prepared, but we have 3 of them. You can go to this compare quotes page, click this select all button, and then click the button share with insured. And then the system will share all quotes with your clients. They will be displayed like a menu list, so your client can select which one works best for them. So here we have information about only one quote, but let's imagine if we had 2 other quotes here, you will see 3 different columns. So yeah, that's the information about quotes. And we also have questionnaire section here. You can also see it here. This is the way you can share information with your client. And once you are ready to, let's imagine that you are appointed with this carrier and you are ready to create a policy and bind with this market, you can just click this 3-dot menu option and select the option bind in the list. I'm going to use markers bound just because I work with the testing market, but you will need to work with the bind market, bind option in order to generate a policy. So let's do it together. Markers bound. Then I click markers bound again, and the system generates a policy page for me in just a few seconds. Let's give the system some time to think. So this is the page with the policy information. You can see some details here, and we also have summary that you can edit by clicking this edit button. And what else is great in this pop-up is that when we scroll to the very bottom of this list, we have an automatic remarketing option, which will allow you to create a new quote request with the same parameters saved in the next year automatically. So you can save some time for you in future by selecting this option. So let's click save. And then you will see this policy will be marked as automatic remarketing here. What else is great that we can manage here once we had our policy? One of the latest features that was implemented in our platform is the option that allows you to start working with certificates of insurance. Specifically, you can create them. So for this, you need to click this Create Certificate button. And then the system will redirect you to the page where you need to specify information about the future holder, specifically insured surname. So let's give the system a few seconds to load everything. All right. Seems that it still needs some time. And okay. So this is the place where you can start working with the information about future holder. So let's complete this information together. And then we move on to the policies. So here we select the policy that we have. This is workers' compensation. And then we move on to the place with the questions. By default, the system tries to fill in everything that you may have within your Accord form, within your questionnaire, insured questionnaire. You can see that some areas are already filled in for me. If you see that some fields are empty, this is just because I don't have this information within my insured questionnaire. But if you have everything completed, you will see it here. So the only thing that you will need to enter manually, this is the certificate number. This is just because we are creating it just right now. And when everything is completed here, you just click complete, and the system suggests us to options: view all certificates or sign them. Sign is the option that is available for different agencies within your agency. So when you are ready to sign, you can specify an agent. You can make it yourself or assign it to another agent, and simply click sign. And then the system will open an electronical document, electronical document to that allowing you to sign everything electronically. So let's take a look at it together. And this is our certificate. So you can see the system uploaded all information, and we can sign it following these green arrows. Let's do it together. And this is where we sign it. So when everything is okay, we just finalize it and send it over to the recipient we specified in the very beginning. All is done. We are good here. And after it, we have other option available here. So using this three-dot menu button, you can download the certificate, or you can send it by email. And of course, you can cancel this, delete this document if you don't want to work with them with it anymore. That's regarding certificates, and basically we've just covered on our main workflow on how you can start working with the system, how can you start working with Insured, and our carriers. And I'm opening a section with questions to address your questions, if you may have them. Okay, I can't see any questions so far. Let's give other attendees another additional minute. All right, it seems that there are no any other questions. So I'd like to share with you my contact information again, so you could know the right allocation to reach out to if you have any platform related questions. Yeah, feel free to use one of these two email addresses that you can see on my screen. And if you have any technical information, you can use our support email address. I think we are ready to wrap up. Thank you everyone for joining our webinar today. And yeah, thank you and have a wonderful rest of the day.